All right, fight fans, welcome back to the MMA Plug presented to you by the Talk of Colorado on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio. I'm your host, Jordan Kurtz. I'm here with a very special guest, one of Denver, Colorado's very own, the one, the only, the Raw Dawg, Brandon Royval. How you doing, my man?
Good idea, brother.
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to see you get back to work, man. We might as well jump right into it, Raw Dawg. I see that big old smile on your face. How excited are you for this opportunity?
Oh, man, I can't wait. I'm about to make my UFC debut, bro, pretty much. So can't wait for that shit.
In front of fans, at least, we should say. You know, I mean, that's got to feel like it's a completely different animal, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I've never even walked out. I never even cornered with like a UFC fan. So I don't know. I'm not even sure what to expect or like how my body's going to react or how I'm going to react to it. So it's just kind of expecting a lot. But that being said, I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited to like make a dream come true, you know?
Oh, certainly. I can imagine that it just has to feel like a jolt of electricity that hits your body when you have a packed arena full of UFC fans who now know who you are, screaming, "Ooh, baby, I like it raw," as soon as you make that walk. Like, I'm sure that is just going to be just a complete shot to the arm of energy right there as you make that walk.
Yeah, and I'm in a kind of an interesting position where it's like I've kind of had an opportunity to already make fans before I've had that walk. So it's like, it's cool. Like maybe I'll have a little bit of a fan base out there. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be cool to see once I make that walk.
I think that it's just something more so now, Brandon. We've had this conversation for years now, in that we've always felt that you're the most entertaining fighter, period. It doesn't matter what weight class, what promotion. And this dates back to the days when you were still in the LFA champion, all of that. You know, what does it mean for you on that side of things? You mentioned like you've been able to build a little bit of a following and a fan base. What does that truly mean to you to get the love and the recognition from the fans as being one of the top fighters in the world, as well as being one of the most fan favorite or fan friendly fighters out there in the game right now today?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's really been recognized. I just kind of want to go out there and make a statement, you know, and I kind of want to put that through people's heads, and I kind of want to make that like a thing. Is like I want to go out there. Obviously, I want to beat Matt Schnell, but it's like more important. I just want to go out there and just fucking feel the fans and just gain some fans and just kind of make it chaotic and you know, in typical Raw Dawg fashion, just go out there and just go balls to the wall, you know what I'm saying, and see what I can make happen out there.
Certainly. Now let's talk Matt Schnell here for a second. What was your reaction when that name was brought to your attention or was brought in front of you? What was your thought when that was brought your way?
Yeah, I just wanted it quick. I wanted a quick turnaround. I wanted to fight someone right like the month after I fought Bontarine. I was trying to get a quick turnaround, and Matt Schnell had an opponent drop out, or something like that. Fight kept not going through, so it was just like, yeah, whatever. Let's just get it done as quick as possible. I had a little bit longer of a training camp than I wanted, but yeah. And also I just thought about the matchup too in itself. It's like Matt Schnell's a beast. He brings it, and he's gonna bring out the best of me. He's gonna give me probably like a potential fight of the night opportunity, you know, and that's what I really want.
Stylistically, what catches your eye without pulling, you know, the curtain back too far or anything along those lines? Like, where do you see yourself finding some success in this matchup from the X's and O's standpoint?
Me is just being more of a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, it's just like, I think I can absorb shots better. I think I can deliver, and I think I'm willing to go through the fire more than he is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to. Then that's how I'm kind of been thinking about this whole entire camp. Is I just want to go walk into the fire and just see who gets out, see who comes out unscathed. You know, see who ends up burned, and I think that I can outlast him in the fire, and that's the whole game plan for me. Is just to one, like I think I could beat him technically, but it's like I just don't give a shit about that. I just want to beat his ass, and I just want to have a good fight, and I just want to gain fans, and I just want to, you know, steal the show.
So that's shedding a great light on the mental side of your approach here throughout this camp. But on the physical side of things, has there been anything new or any, you know, wrinkles out there that you have added that you think may add to your benefit come Saturday night?
Nothing specific, nothing too crazy, no like crazy difference I added in this. You know, it was just a little bit more of the same, and I think I have the skills to beat Matt Schnell, and I think I have the mental fortitude to beat Matt Schnell, and it's just kind of take off with both of those, and let's see what happens. You know.
Definitely. Mental fortitude has been something that I feel like has been a strong suit of yours all the way along. You've had those opportunities early on where you were right there on the bubble, then maybe something kind of, set it back for a moment, but then you have always figured out a way to climb yourself back despite the adverse circumstances. I mean, think of it this way, Brandon, you're only 2 years or barely approaching the 2-year mark of being a full-time fighter, if you will. Like, what does that mean for you just to see the growth that you've had now that you've been able to totally devote yourself to your craft?
Yeah, and I like that you said that too, because I think that's what defines a fighter is I've been through a lot of bullshit through my career, to be honest. Like I've lost some, I've won some, and it's, I've had some down moments for sure. And it's like, I've never given up on the sport. I've never taken a break. I've never taken time off. And it's like, I always just kind of fought through that process of things, and I think that's what makes me a fighter. And I think that's what like kind of makes me of who I am. That's always kind of been my lifelong story too, is, nothing's ever really came easy. I've never been naturally athletic. I've never really been naturally talented at much of this stuff. And it just, I've always kind of pushed through and fought through all this stuff. And it was more a part in my love for the sport that kind of got me where I am, So the opportunity to be a full-time fighter and just tack this full-time has been a huge, like one, it meant the world to me. And it's like, still like, it hasn't really set in still, but it's just a great opportunity to just get everything I need to just be the top of the world right now.
You mentioned that in terms of, that you feel like you've never really been the most athletic or the, I guess, genetically gifted in that regard. But I feel like there is something to be said about your mentality and your ability to, when it presents itself, despite whatever the physical circumstance may be, you're a finisher, Brandon. So what does that mean, especially in a division or in a weight class that sometimes doesn't always get the most attention? You are drawing eyes to you worldwide because of your ability to go out there, be entertaining, and find that finish.
Yeah, and that's the goal too. Is just the flyweight division got cut not too long ago, and it's just like I want to be the most exciting of this division, and I want to bring eyes to this division, and I want all that. I want the spotlight, but I also just want like I want to shape the way for the flyweight, like just like the flyweights did before me, like Benavidez did before me. Is just like he fought for that opportunity for us to be here. He's fought up weight classes and all that stuff. It's just like I want to go out there, be entertaining, sacrifice my body a little bit, but also just go out there and, just bring eyes to the flyweight division. Let people know that this division's here to stay. This is the most exciting technical division, and we're here to stay.
With all of that being said, when things go your way and you get your hand raised on Saturday night down there in Arizona, who is the name that you were looking for next?
I mean, the flyweight's in a weird division. The flyweight division's in like a weird position right now because I don't really know who's getting the title shot next. But Moreno would be ideal. Moreno would be the most ideal call out for me. I think we need to run that back. I obviously hurt myself when I was on top of him, and it's just like I want an opportunity to get that fight back, and I think that'll get me into the next title shot.
I mean, I think that that's a tremendous call out in that regard. And I think that that's a fight that a lot of people do want to see ran back because there is that overhanging question mark. There is a lot of people out there that felt that you were on the winning side of that contest before your shoulder ended up popping out and it was called for the doctor stoppage in that way. So if that is something that comes about, I think that that's going to be a marquee matchup. I feel like that's something that has to have a top billing. I mean, that speaking of billing though, that brings me to my next point. Do you feel a little bit disrespected by the card placement?
I kind of originally was like I wanted just like a top part of the card. I wanted to be like the main event, but it's where I'm at is I think pivotal for what they're trying to do is I think they want to bring, because I'm the opener for the prelims, and it's like I think they're trying to bring eyes to the prelims, and I think that's mainly what it is. But it's like I also just want to go out there and prove a point there too. It's just I'm a main event, I'm a pay-per-view type of fighter, and I deserve to fight in front of crowds, and it's it's all about making statements. Is that's what the Matt Schnell matchup's all about. Is I obviously want to win, and I think it's a hard fight. But that being said, is I want to go make a statement on him, and I want to make a statement for the rest of the division, and I want to make a statement on all the fans. It's like, I deserve to be on these pay-per-view cards, and I deserve to be in the pay-per-view portion of these cards too.
Certainly. And it's obviously there's no shortage of star power that's on this card, some real legends of the game, if you will. How does that play any sort of factor just into you? Because at the end of the day, you're a fan first, right? I mean, we could sit here and talk hours of just being MMA nerds over here, going through the Rolodex of history of things. For you to be on the card with guys like Shogun to Joe Lozon and Cowboy, along with everyone up through the main and the co-main, you know, what does that mean for you personally?
Yeah, I already got some pictures going with Oliveira. I got a picture of Shogun like last fight, couple fight cards ago, and I'm just waiting to meet I'm waiting to meet fuck, how am I gonna forget his goddamn name? Who's fight Cowboy again? I'm about to mess this up.
Joe
yeah, I'm about to go meet Joe Lozon. I don't know how the fuck I'm forgetting his name, but I can't wait to meet Joe Lozon too, man. I've always been a huge fan of him, and I'd love to meet him too. So that'd be great.
That's awesome. I mean, I can just see from alone when I started bringing that up, you had almost like that real giddy smile. Like you could see like that inner fan come out for a second right there. Yeah. So that's so awesome that you get to be there, a part of that.
Yeah, he's a finisher. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. And like, I love that style, man. I love his style. And I love how he gets those finishes, and he has a bunch of cool ass submissions. And he was on my favorite season of The Ultimate Fighter too. So it was just like, you know, he's done a lot for the division. He's done a lot, and he has a shit ton of bonuses and stuff too. So it's just like, I don't know, man, that guy's great. And I hope he can get that W.
He's a live dog, man. I feel like that's a fight that the UFC might have put together in the hopes that Cowboy finally gets that W and can ride off. But Joe Lozon isn't a guy to come in there just to be a layup. Yeah.
You remember when, I don't know if you're an MMA fan by this time, but when he fought Jens Pulver and
world.
Yeah, this dude's a 20-1 underdog or some crazy statistic. And it was like, they pretty much brought him in to lose. And he went out there, dropped him right off the bat, and made a statement on him. And then that's when he was on the season, The Ultimate Fighter. And I remember when we were younger, like I was watching highlight reels, I was watching his highlight reel, and they had the best one. It was called Not Your Average Joe. But it was like, Dana just like, yeah, you see this guy, he's a little nerdy internet kid, but this motherfucker will rip your head off. And then that's like how it starts off. And that's him just demolishing people, you know?
Oh yeah, certainly. Brandon, as we start to wrap things up, is there anybody out there, any sponsors, anyone that you want to throw a shout out to?
Yeah. I want to thank my main sponsor, the AP Glass. They're the greatest thing. If you're in Colorado, this is a Colorado show, right?
Yes.
Colorado, you guys need glass done. AP Glass is the best way to go about it. They've been helping me out throughout my career, and they've been nothing but a blessing in my life. And then also, just if you see any good glass around Colorado, it's probably EAP. So appreciate everything you guys do. Ed, Cyrus, thank you.
Awesome. And Brandon, where can people follow you along on social media?
Just Brandon Royval and everything. Nothing fancy, just Brandon Royval.
I think you have to be one of the more hilarious Twitter follows as of these last. I mean, you've always been funny, but just the traction and some of the stuff, like I back up so much just following along.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta be more active on there, but I have fun on that thing. You know who's a good follow is I've been watching Paulo Costa, man. That guy's something else, huh? I'm like, is this really this motherfucker posting this? But I'm like, he has some balls, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, I kind of questioned that with some of them until there was the video of the armpit video. You know what I mean? Like that one was like, oh, that's actually really him doing this. And I'm like, well, I guess that's the direction that we're going right now, Paulo. You're at least getting some fanfare this way.
Yeah, for sure.
Folks, make sure that you tune in this weekend. Brandon Royval is going to be kicking off that ESPN portion of the prelims at UFC 274. We are all going to be in attendance with a packed house at the bar at Plaza 38 over in the West Highlands in Denver, watching Brandon as well as the two other Colorado combatants on the card in Thug Rose and Justin Gaethje. Brandon, thanks you so much for taking the time with us here today. We really do appreciate your time.
Yeah, you too, brother. Have a good day.
Thank you. Folks, stick around after the break. We're going to be going through the world in combat sports. This is the MMA Plug presented by the Talk of Colorado on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio.
Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That helps us continue to produce this original MMA content and bring it for you every single week. Tune in to the MMA Plug presented by DenverSportsBetting.com on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. or live stream at DenverSportsBetting.com/radio.